Happy birthday, Playbill. I would sing, but then you'd know for sure I have no business being on Broadway. You know, in the years since its founding in 1884, Playbill has become synonymous with the lights of Broadway, an iconic New York brand recognized across the globe. But Playbill is more than just a program or a magazine. The Playbill that each theater goer carries home with them becomes a tangible reminder of that extraordinary experience of going to the theater.
I, as the senior member of this duo, was the first to appear in an issue of Playbill magazine for the Broadway production of Beauty and the Beast at the time at the Palace Theater. The interesting thing is when you come into a long-running show, you don't immediately get your picture in the Playbill.
Yeah.
Go in as an insert. You go in as a piece of paper.
Well, that's my story.
Well, no, but we have the same story in a sense.
You were an insert as well?
Well, because it's funny because no one really says to you when they cycle through to a new batch of photos and you finally are in print. No one runs up to you and says, Graham, you're it. It just happens one day where you just pick one up randomly and you're like, oh my gosh, I'm finally there. And that was my story and I stole yours.
Yeah.
Hey everyone, it's Orfeh. So I wanted to wish Playbill a major happy 140th anniversary/birthday, all the good things. And let's see, my first time being in a Playbill was when I did Footloose the musical on Broadway many years ago. And I remember having to say Orfeh, and then I put a pronunciation key right after my name, O-R-F-A-Y. I'm happy that I don't have to do that anymore for the most part. So that's my first recollection. To be able to see myself in a Playbill was so amazing, especially for a New Yorker. That was really something special. And all these years later at Chicago the Musical with Walter Bobby once again. So that's been a full circle moment. So I just want to stop by and wish you all the best. So happy anniversary to you. Lots of love. Bye.
The first time I saw my face and name in a Playbill was when I understudied Godspell. And I just got out of school and it literally changed my life. I was watching Lindsay, Mendez, and Uzo and like all of these incredible artists do what they get to, love to do. And I couldn't believe it that my dream was coming true of being on Broadway. So happy 140th. It's amazing.
I also was an insert first. Yeah, because it was 2001 and it was the Broadway production of The Full Monty. And I was hired as a swing. So whenever I was on, there was a little piece of paper that got put into the Playbill, and it said the role of Susan Hershey at this performance will be played by Kate Baldwin with my bio. And when I left the show, the stage manager gave me all of those inserts to take with me, and I used them as scratch paper for a decade afterwards. There were so many. I found the page. Look at that lady. She doesn't know what she's doing.
Listen, I have two entire boxes in storage and a rapidly filling cabinet. I am a Playbill saver. But even before that, at my high school, I had one teacher, Dr. Barbara Miller, and her classroom had all these Playbills along the wall. And I remember, the dream of being able to see that many plays in a life. And I don't know if they were all Dr. Miller's or people just added to the pile and brought Playbills in, but that's been aspirational to me since I was a kid.
Yeah. The Playbills, it's just such a ritual for me it's like getting my Playbill when I go to the
Also,
show.
And then, at this theater.
Yeah, at this theater, right. Seeing what else had been there. I love that.
Wells was here.
And then being able to get on the train home and just study it, just like we want people to, study the liner notes and booklets for Warriors. It's just this really beautiful thing. And my quandary is always, which ones do I throw away, if ever? It's always so hard. How do you decide? It's do you keep the ones that you love, but then you remember them so well because you've read them so many times, so maybe you could just throw them away because you already memorized them, or do you keep the ones you don't know so that you can go back and be like, oh wow, I totally forgot about that?
I think the first Broadway show I ever saw was Hair. But to be honest, I don't quite remember if I snagged a playbill because I stood in the back. I was only let in at intermission, and so I only got to see the second act. I've seen the whole thing since. But over the years, receiving a playbill from an usher as I enter a theater, and then paging through to catch up on the latest theater news, learn about the show I'm about to see, has become a cherished part of my theater-going experience. Last season, I had the great privilege of making my Broadway debut, not as a singer, but as a co-producer of the Tony Award-winning musical Suffs. I've seen my name in print a lot over the years, but I have to admit it was still a thrill to see my name in an absolutely extraordinary moment in a playbill for the first time. Of course, a lot has changed since 1884. Women have gotten the right to vote, for one thing. Theaters have air conditioning, for another. But Playbill has remained a constant, timeless presence. So happy birthday, and here's to the next 140 years helping all of us make memories.